Yo, as of this recording, Adrian Gonzales has been acquitted of all 29 counts. And rightfully so. The state's case against Adrian Gonzales was built on politics, a wish to hold somebody accountable because Schuler is dead. The monster was dead. They chose Adrian Gonzales out of convenience. Out of everybody else who was there, it was very, very hard to distinguish who made the worst mistakes. And they chose to ignore all of that and focused on Adrian because he made a mistake of getting to the scene first. Throughout the trial, we saw what the prosecution put into evidence. More importantly, we saw what they didn't put into evidence. How they tried to snake around known facts. How they tried to make, in the closing argument, prosecutor Rebecca, whatever her name is, said that all Adrian's actions were participation trophies. Let's go through what Adrian actually did. He was first on site. He saw somebody running. The only information he had was somebody with a gun near the school shooting. Without hesitation, he drove to somebody who was running. All he saw was a pink shirt. Drove directly to that person. Afterwards, we find out, yes, it was the teacher's aide, Miss Flores. After the fact that he drove down there. She's frantic, which she admitted. She made statements that was simply not correct, as in the shooter is on the south side. They were at the south side. There was no shooter there. The shooter went into the south door. No. Eventually, within all of this information, he's at the teacher's parking lot. That frantic driving, parking, get every piece of information out of this frantic woman. Meanwhile, as we saw, 3 other officers got there. Chose to stay on a safe distance. So, participation trophy for driving into what could have been the actual shooter. Then he went in. He was with the 5 first people who went in, who actually went in to confront the shooter. And they were fired at. 2 officers injured. They had to pull back. He called it in as he saw. He called in SWAT. He screamed at other teachers to get the fuck back into their classrooms, because it seemed like few teachers at Uvalde actually followed protocol. He warned cops who came later. He's there, he's shooting out the window, take cover. Those, according to the state, was participation trophies. No. Participation trophies is on the 3 officers up at the corner, about 120 yards from the school, who, according to themselves, or one of the 3, saw the shooter. They had help with another witness who said, he's over there, he's wearing black. And we could see on the video that the moment she said he entered the school, and then all 3 drove around. Not one of them saw that, okay, 2 are driving around, I'm going to cover the front door, the west side door. That is participation trophy. The guy who was actually dispatched pulled over even further away at another corner and stayed there. The one who was actually dispatched to the scene. We found out that officer, there was body cam. I don't know why it wasn't played in court, but that would have shown his actions while standing around, watching everything, and kept standing there. That is a participation trophy. Adrian Gonzales, did he make mistakes? Sure. But he did something. He acted on the information he had at the time. Now, what will happen next? Now, I also heard that the parents settled with the school district for an undisclosed sum. I would assume it is do not disclose. I would assume don't talk about it. Let's check the current school board, because I found something interesting. This is the current school board. Now, you have people here who came in later, May 2024, 2024. Here's only expires 2026. Don't know. It's the same here, expires. So I won't disperse them. JJ Suarez, his term started May 2022. So can't say anything about that guy. But let's get myself out over here. Now look here. Javier Flores, term from May 2010 to May 2026. He's still there. He was there during the shooting. Somehow, he's still there. Laura Perez, 2018 to 2026. Still there. This is the Uvalde CISD School Board of Trustees. Now, why do I show them? Well, because as we heard in the trial, the magnets who disabled the doors to the classrooms was issued to the teachers. There's very few people who can issue that. The outside door was unlocked. Who are responsible for the overall security and policies and everything on Robb Elementary? The School Board of Trustees. I'm going to check in closer to understand why two people who was at the school board in 2022 are still there. I'm going to check in on why people who were there in 2022 are not there anymore. I'm going to see, are there any people married to politicians or high-ranking police officers? I know the shooter is dead. I know. Can't be put on trial. But the district attorney chose to charge Adrian Gonzales. And now, with the trial behind us, we know that it was pure, unadulterated garbage. Spun to have somebody charged. Spun to make Adrian Gonzales' life ruined. Out of all the cops that we all saw on the news, the hand sanitizer guy, 376 officers, 77 minutes. And the district attorney for the past 2 years has pointed the finger on the one person we now know actually did something. They ruined his life for politics. In my opinion, if you want to make a case on putting kids in danger, those unlocked doors, the unofficial policy to hand out magnets to disable locks, is besides the shooter itself, is the single biggest reason those kids are dead and injured, and a school full of personnel with PTSD. The single, in my opinion, reason, I repeat it, besides the shooter itself, is the 2022 school board. And I'm going to do my best to find out as much as humanly possible. And I'm going to tell you guys what I found out. You all have a good one, and I will see you all in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.